and this is just looking at from my perspective, I've kind of walked away from the Republican Party during this last election cycle. I walked away from Trump, and I backed RFK Jr. And then the only reason I voted for Trump was because Kennedy came back in and they aligned, and like the whole deal. And I wanted to get
Yeah,
Kennedy
me
in there
too.
with HHS, right? But
Yeah.
there's a lot of disaffected, even Republicans that still voted for Trump because it was Trump versus Kamala. And like you said, there's a lot of Democrats that didn't vote at all in this last election because it was Trump versus Kamala. And so I get that. And but I think that what's been interesting for me specifically is that I feel like this second term has been severely disappointing to me, and then a lot of those people that that either came from the Democrats or independents and voted for Trump, or like you said, those
Me.
disaffected Democrats, right? It's been very disappointing because there's been all sorts of promises that have not been kept, and the ones that have allegedly been kept, it's all been a facade. It's all for a headline, but then when you actually look at the crux of it, they're not actually implementing anything. We were promised all these files, we weren't given them. Like, you could just go down this list. And so with this, it's like, okay, Donald Trump has touted, I'm the only president that hasn't started any new wars. And then what does he do? He goes in and bombs Iran. And you could say, well, this is my this is they're just mincing words, right? Is they're like, well, he's not starting a war; it's just a military strike. Okay, but how do you think that this actually plays out? Like, you're going on the offensive, bombing Iran with a country with what, 100 million people in their country, 90 million people in their country. It's a pretty decent size country, about a third of the size of the United States of America. So we're going to go on the offensive. And what do you think is going to happen? That they're just going to roll over and say, "Oh yeah, you bombed us. We're done. We surrender." All that. No, this gets us sucked into a war. I think it's a very slim chance that they just roll over and surrender. We're going to get sucked into another war in the Middle
Yeah.
East.